Well, fans are saying that Trisha Paytas is shading Shane Dawson and so much more. This is Rich Lux with the hottest news on YouTube. And, Shane Dawson's been posting some videos and pictures lately where he's looking very, very different. Some people are saying that he's on Ozempic. I have it right here. When I was on Ozempic, it made me sick, but I lost weight. It was sickening. Ozempic is sickening, literally, because I lost weight and I felt sick. And I looked sickening, okay? I looked sickening. I was super thin, but I felt so sick all the time. And so anyways, I mainly just stayed on like the first and second dosage. I didn't really up it because then I didn't feel good. Right, so I got off of it, and it really helped me with like fasting. And but I feel like Manjaro might be better, or just regular semaglutide. I don't actually know about Ozempic itself. I heard there's lawsuits against Ozempic now, and maybe I'll make a separate video about my, how I felt and some of my reaction to it after I stopped taking it and during it, like, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys want that, let me know in the comments down below, and I might make that video. But please like this video, audience participation, leave a like, leave a comment. And let's get into this drama with Trisha Paytas and her shading Shane Dawson. Let's see if that's what even happened. So let me see, how do I get this going? Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Roll it.
Huh?
Not Shane. Shane is still.
Oh.
Just Jenna went off.
Disappeared from the side.
Skinny. Yeah, kudos. I'm jealous, to be honest. He looks skinny.
Who wasn't, honestly?
I'm like, and then especially getting into this, I'm like, damn. I wish I was skinny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like,
so they're talking about Shane Dawson and him being skinny, right? The thing is, like, here's the thing, like, the editing of this show, like, if they're talking about Shane Dawson being skinny, throw up a picture of Shane Dawson being skinny and what you're talking about. It's lazy editing. Who edits the Trisha podcast? Who edits it? Is it Moses? Moses! You hand me a water with the pH about 8.5 or higher. Thank you, Moses. Actually, I got this from Skims, Kim Kardashian's store. Apparently, there's a Skims store in the Houston Galleria. Let me know what you think about that store. Anyways, I just don't like the editing of this show. I mean, they're talking about Shane Dawson being skinny. Throw up a picture of Shane Dawson, a visual. You know what I'm saying? And then Trisha, we noticed on the, I think, left-hand side, right-hand side, there's a pink skeleton next to Trisha. They went over the Halloween budget this year. They went way over the Halloween budget. And you know what? I feel like Trisha spends a lot of money on the podcast. Unnecessarily money on the podcast. Last time she had a disco pumpkin, she could have just had that all month long. But it's very much giving like the dollar bin at the Target, you know what I'm saying, with the little pink skeleton. I love it though. I love that. But the thing is, I think Trisha didn't need this pink skeleton. We would have been happy with the disco, the disco pumpkin. Maybe next year we can do neon skeletons or neon pumpkins. But keep the theme of disco pumpkins. And like her gloves go all the way down to her elbow, and then there's like a fringe. She didn't need to spend that. That cost her a couple $100. She didn't need that. She would just be spending money unnecessarily. She could have just had a pink dress, girl, pink t-shirt, oversized one, call it a day. And who's that? The hair. Is that wig Hair by Jay? Hair by Jay charges $1,000 a wig. You believe that? Anyways, let's see. I just have to complain about the editing. They're talking about something. Throw up a picture of what you're talking about. Is that too much to ask for? Am I reaching for the stars here? All right, here we go.
So you are skinny.
No, I'm like, well, everyone, especially, I mean...
Okay, this is the part, like 5 years from now, when Oscar writes his tell-all book, and he's like, Trisha fat-shamed me, and she said I was skinny, and I really wasn't. I have body dysmorphia. And I just can't believe she said that on her podcast. And you know what I'm saying? And then he'll be like, she was so hard to work with. We could never look her in her eyes. She's like Ellen. Here we go.
The rumors are saying semaglutide. I am on semaglutide too. Same, probably.
Trisha's. I wonder if Trisha's ever tried it.
What if I go to get my refill and like Shane's in the lobby? I'm like, damn, I'm really doing this all wrong. Like, what the hell? Why is it working for allegedly for everyone and not for me?
But you know, there is a few people that like won't lose weight on it.
And it's
I'm the
everyone
same.
that works here. It's like makeup artist, co-host.
That's so true.
What is anyone in this presence?
It's so tea. Actually, that would totally be me for sure. Because
Oh my
the way
God.
I hear it, I'm just like, I would never. I guess they say to like up your dosage.
I really think I got to.
But I
Yeah.
think you look really, truly great. I think if you lost weight, you'd be back to your bubblehead era, which you slayed. But I think that your look is so current. It's very Hassan. It's very just like what you like, you know?
Hassan.
It is.
It's on.
Okay, and then look in the background. In the background, you know, they're dressed up as their Halloween characters. Who is he dressed up as a Deadpool? And you know what? You know, you see in the background it says "Just Trish." It's like the circle. You know what it reminds me of? Let me see if I can find it. It reminds me of this candy store. I don't know what. Okay. Here it is. You see this brand is called C's Candy. C's Candy kind of reminds me of Just Trish logo. Especially like the one with the circle on it. Like it just kind of C's Candy. And when I think of Just Trish, I think of C's Candy. Can I get some chocolate up in here? The turtles are so good. Here we go.
You're not
skinnier than
fat.
me.
You're literally my
100%.
dream goal. You're 30 pounds less than me. And I'm like, that's my dream weight. And I'm shorter
Oh
than
my
you.
God. Burst out.
You look good. No, you don't need bobblehead. You're broad. You're this.
Oh my God. That's too much.
Bobbleheads look good though too.
Honestly,
Yeah, they look
yeah. Like Shane did look good in his little Snapchat. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, kind of serving.
Why do they
Kind
call
of eating,
medics?
but not eating.
Not
You know?
eating.
Oh my
Because I
god.
saw someone post this.
It's like serving but not serving, eating but not eating. You know, Shane Dawson could find this to be like, oh, I'm triggered by my weight gain, my weight loss journey, all that stuff like that. I'm triggered by the words that Trisha said on her podcast. Like, it's very much that, right? And they're talking about Shane Dawson. They're not throwing up the photos of him. I find that kind of shady. But like they're almost treading lightly around the Shane Dawson topic. And I wonder how Trisha feels about Shane Dawson. If she's over him or she like him. Would she have him on the show again? It's interesting enough she's willing to have Jeffree Star on the show, but not Shane Dawson or Rylan or James Charles or David Dobrik or Ethan Klein. You know, the people want those guests. And I think we will get them. But you know, Trisha just kind of reminds me of somebody where she's like, ugh, I don't need to do that. I'm a multi-billionaire. I don't need to fight it for views. I just do this for fun and attention, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Thing, and he was like, I don't know.
Adam. Was it Adam?
No,
Oh.
maybe. No, someone posted like his pictures because I'm blocked. Or I blocked him, or I don't know what happened. But someone was,
Oh, we finally got a picture of Shane Dawson. He's eating ice cream. Yogurt land?
like eating like donuts or something. And I was just like, but do you still get to eat when you're on semi?
Hold on, guys. Trisha cracked me up. She's like, he's eating donuts or something. It's like Trisha doesn't even know what's going on. It's like if you ever watch like RuPaul out in interviews, RuPaul doesn't know any of the drag queens' names because there's been so many of them. And so it's kind of like Trisha. Like there's so many people that she talks about, so many influencers, that she just forgets their names and she just forgets what they're doing. They're talking about Shane Dawson, and he's always eating ice cream or yogurt and like about his weight loss. And then she's like, he's eating donuts or something. She has no clue.
Died.
Yeah, because you'd have one little donut hole and then you get super full.
That's crazy.
Or
That's
like
wild.
even half sometimes. Like when I am freshly dosed, I'm like, ooh, I could only have a bite.
So why don't people just do that?
Yeah, but when you're on Ozempic or semaglutide, it almost rewires the brain that you don't crave food. You don't really want to eat that much, right? You feel sick. You don't want to eat that much, right? Trisha is saying, well, why don't people just don't do that? Well, it's willpower. You know, they can do it. It's just like willpower. But sometimes you have that one donut and you want another one and you want another one and you want another one. And that's when Ozempic and semaglutide come in, because you have that one donut and you don't even feel that full. You don't want it. Your cravings are gone, and that's just the truth of it.
What?
Like have a bite of donut.
Like normal people or just people
Yeah.
on?
Like rather than take Ozempic, why don't you just be like, I'm just gonna have a bite of a donut and then put
I
it back.
think because with like semaglutide, like your stomach literally feels like you can't possibly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like you feel like if I have one more bite, I'm gonna like. That, at least for me, like from my own personal experience, like when I'm really feeling it, my stomach just feels like so full and heavy that I'm like, if I have one more bite, I'm gonna be sick.
You might be the only person that's honest about it. I don't think anyone's admitted
Honestly,
to it, right?
I was thinking about that on the way here.
I wonder if Shane Dawson would be honest about him being on Ozempic. Or would he not on it? But what if Shane Dawson's making like a documentary about being on Ozempic? And the lawsuits and like, let me try it for myself and see if it works and how I feel. That would be interesting to do. I would watch that.
I was like, literally the whole time I'm driving in this, I'm like, damn, if I was skinny, I'd be slaying. And then I was like everyone is getting skinny. And okay, especially
No
when you're
one's
older,
saying
it
it.
makes sense because when you get older, after 30, I think your metabolism slows down a lot. So like,
A lot.
there's a lot of like people in their 30s or older who all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as semaglutide becomes accessible and popular in LA,
Yeah.
are all of a sudden skinny at like, the same time. It's like, I'm not putting that on everyone, but there's a good chance that is part of it, you know? And no one's really, there's no shame in it for me. Like, I'm still working out, you know?
I would. Oh my god, I want to go on it just for the gag, just for to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because that's like no one's talking about it. Oh my god, I would like love to just be like, damn, look at me on Ozempic.
The
That's
closest
crazy.
we get is Oprah.
Yeah, and like another question is like, what's stopping Trisha from being on Ozempic? If she's basically, it doesn't have to be Ozempic. It could be a semaglutide, and semaglutide is like the main ingredient to Ozempic, and the main ingredient to Mounjaro. But with that being said, I think Trisha could do it too. She could be on a semaglutide and talk about her journey and how she feels with it, if she finds it so interesting, you know.
Weight loss medication, but she won't say what
Right.
the hell it
and Kelly
is.
Clarkson said something
Well, I
like
think
Ozempic adjacent.
Because some of them don't have the medication.
Oh, hold on. Here's our Moses moment. So Moses is dressed up as a vampire. I mean, he's missing some of the makeup, you know, the little bit more of a zhuzh. And then he has a heart background, and then there's a picture of Trisha back there. There's a mug. There's a little statue, and then there's like a Barbie doll. And that's all the props he gets. And this is his little one-liner, his little zinger. Here he goes.
For it.
But
And
semaglutide-
they get criticized for taking away the medicine from
No,
people that
but he's
actually
saying
need it.
semaglutide's available for everyone. It's
Yeah.
not
Oh, she just cut him off. No, but he's saying... Okay.
like Ozempic's for people with diabetics, but if you get the Mounjaro and stuff, it's for people who just want to like lose
Yeah.
weight.
So why not just, I don't know. I feel like maybe there's like a,
Damn, the one time Moses speaks, he gets shut down. And the proper way to do that, because like she really shut him down right there. She was just like, oh no, blah, 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 like instead of saying, letting him finish speaking, oh, okay, I understand what you're saying, but what I think that Oscar was trying to convey is that da 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 da, or oh, okay, I didn't see it that way, but now that I do, you made a really good point. However, what Oscar, I think, was trying to say is, was so much more polite, more loving than just shutting Moses down. I mean, Moses really doesn't speak that much on these podcasts, and the one time he does, he gets shut down. Just my observation.
I think like it's
But
more
it's a sensitive
prideful.
issue. I think in general, it's a sensitive issue. There's a lot of judgment. Some people, like, they judge them.
And then like Moses, okay, so Trisha's fun and bubbly, ha ha ha. And Oscar is matching her energy, fun and bubbly, ha ha ha. And then Moses is totally opposite, which is fine, I like that. And he's just like very soft spoken and be like, there's a lot of judgment behind that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it adds to the element of the podcast, but could he do it in a fun, bubbly way, you know? But, or is a dichotomy between both energies interesting like that? So you let me know. I think it's up to the viewer at that point.
Sometime, or the way they view it about
It's like
themselves.
cheating or something, but
Yeah, I mean,
And then he's speaking, Moses is speaking in like a questionable way, in the sense of like, well, do you think that the people might or and like are saying like, there's a lot of judgment behind it. Well, he's not saying it with conviction. He's not saying it like the end all be all. What I'm saying is right. I don't care what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? When sometimes when these other people speak, they speak like that, just like I'm speaking like that. Like I'm speaking very confidently. Moses speaks not so confidently. He's more like walking a fine line, doesn't want to offend, doesn't want to derail the show or anything like that. It's like he's still trying to find his footing within the podcast, but he doesn't need to. Just be you. And I think if Moses was more himself, I don't think we've got to the point where like Moses is being his goofy self, because everybody on this podcast is very goofy and very much a character, and Moses still comes across very serious. Just my observation. Loosen up a little bit. Have some fun. Ethan's watching.
Again, you shouldn't judge yourself or judge others.
That's so Wendy. Remember when the person's like, I got gastric bypass? Okay, so you cheated.
Yeah, very bad. So I'm like, I feel like that is kind of the big mentality, right? It's like,
I mean, it is kind of cheating, but whatever. Like,
Whatever
it
it
takes.
takes.
Yeah.
But what if you manage to overcome your mind, like gain control, right?
Mama
Then
kudos.
are you cheating? That's not cheating. They're just using.
No, but they're not overcoming their mind. There's a medical thing telling them they're too full.
Right. So if somebody has depression and takes antidepressant, are they cheating?
No.
T. Good point, Moses. That is a good point.
Moses got a point in. He got a little zinger in there. Good for you, Moses.
Because especially when you get older, I mean, there's so many like
True.
genetic elements to it too. Like pretty much everyone in my family has been overweight at some point or is overweight. Like our metabolisms are so much slower. My half brothers are all skinny, but it's because guess what? Their freaking dad or their dad or mom is skinny, tall and skinny.
Yeah, they got the good half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, I got the fat gene from both sides. Weirdly, my parents are so skinny. Like, they're literally, like, my dad's, like, 160, my mom's, like, 100 pounds. Like, they're so tiny. But, like, everyone else in our families are, like, big. So it's very weird. I'm like, I wonder why they got so skinny. I guess they just, like, they're really obsessed with just being skinny, I guess. I don't know how. My dad, like, loves walking. He does, like, 7 miles every day for, like, the past 15 years. He, like, clocks it on his watch. And I'm just like, how are you, like, so obsessed with him? Damn, all right, well... You know what? I bet Shane feels so freaking good, though, because I know him. Obviously, we were friends for so long, and we all...
Here we go. We're getting to the meat potatoes of it. And this is what she had to say. She said, hopefully I bet he feels so well. I've known him for such a long time.
Bonded over, like, weight issues, so he probably...
Bonded over weight issues, okay.
So freaking hot. He's probably like, I'm so skinny. And good for him. Honestly, I feel the same way.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be like, wow, look how... If I was skinny, I wouldn't shut up about it.
Literally
I would
same.
be like, you're so skinny. You wish you could be this skinny.
Maybe that's why we're cursed. God knows. It's like, maybe too much. They're skinny.
Unstoppable if I was skinny, so it's okay. A little weight, I'm a little slower to get to the finish line, but we're getting there, you know what I mean?
But we still
Okay, so it ends there. I have to say this. It's totally opposite. So the other day, we watched the video, and Trisha basically said that Shane Dawson wouldn't tell the truth about Dramageddon. She said that James Charles might, she doesn't know, he's a wild card. Jeffree Star would tell the truth about Dramageddon, right? But she didn't really have that many nice things to say about Shane Dawson. This is like last week, right? And then this week, she's like, saying good for him, I bet he's loving his new hot body, and complimenting him in that. I understand that like two things could be right at the same time, right? But like I'm just confused on her viewpoints on Shane Dawson, because again, one episode she's trashing him, the next one she's praising him. It's like that, and I'm just like, well, how does she really feel about him? And she doesn't really say it, because it could be an opportunity for her every time to say, you guys know I have my reservations about Shane Dawson. I don't really like some of the stuff he's done, and I'm sure he doesn't like some of the things I've done. But in this case, I'm happy he lost the weight. He looks great. And then turn around the next episode and say, you know, how I feel about Shane Dawson. We may not always see eye to eye. I don't agree with him in this situation because XYZ. And like that is, and really like hone it in that like she's indifferent. You know, it's kind of like if you were to ask me, do I like carrots? Well, I'm not going to say that I hate carrots, but I'm not going to say that I like carrots. It's kind of like, I'm indifferent about it. It's like, I'm not checking for it. You know, it's like there. It's like, if it's there, it's there, whatever. But I'm not reaching for it. I don't care for it. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I just don't care for it. But I might eat it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I just really would like to like more clarification on her and Shane Dawson and where she's at. Shane Dawson doesn't even mention her. Shane Dawson just keeps it moving. And it's so interesting. It's like everyone has kind of like entered this new realm. Like they've reached like a new higher, like a new level of intelligence. And let me take that back. So I don't want to put that out there. Here we go. I think that Shane Dawson, if you were to take a step back, he would see that Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star have reached a new level of enlightenment, right? Where they just speak so freely on stuff, right? Where Trisha Paytas has a podcast and she's mentioning people that she's had beef with and doesn't like. And Jeffree Star's on live stream on TikTok for 8 hours feeding his dogs in a robe. You know, we would never see that before. So they've reached this new level of enlightenment of like, I don't really care. It is what it is. This is how I feel. I'm going to say it like that, right? Whereas Shane Dawson still seems very reserved. That makes sense. Like even in the podcast, like he doesn't talk about like drama, hot topics. He talks about conspiracies and Disney and food and stuff like that, right? He keeps it kind of fun and superficial. Whereas like Trisha will go there. She'll get down in the nitty gritty and talk about it, and so will Jeffree Star. So I think that like Shane Dawson is missing that relatability of like reaching that level of enlightenment where he's just like, girl, it is what it is. These people did me dirty. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna get on camera and I'm gonna say James Charles a low down dirty sneaky snake and just say how you feel, because if you're speaking from the heart, how could it be wrong? How could it be wrong? It might be rude, it might be crude, but if you're speaking from the heart, how could you be wrong? You know, that's what I say about that. So I don't think she was shading Shane Dawson. I think that she gave him his kudos and praised him. But I can also see how she did kind of shade him a little bit. And I would like to see him on the show. This is a friendship that people want to see reconnect and rekindle. Anyways, let me let you guys go. This is Rich Lux with the hottest tea on YouTube. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Now, how do I turn this off? Okay, leave a like, guys. Stop being shady. Made this far in the video. Leave a pumpkin emoji in the chat. Bye.